Hey everybody, it's Shaman Sister Sin, and you're listening to the Meditations and More podcast brought to you by the Little Shaman Healing. That's me, the Little Shaman. Today I wanted to talk to you about the focus of healing. Now, a lot of the videos I do are about narcissistic people, but the narcissistic people themselves should not be the focus of healing, and I want to make sure that I make that very clear. Understanding these people is very important, and there's nothing worse than not knowing what's wrong with your loved one. Understanding helps us figure out what's going wrong so that we can let go and move on. It takes away the confusion and makes it so that healing actually has a path. However, again, I want to make it clear that the narcissist should not be the focus. Your own healing and wellness should be the focus. Now, it's understandable why that happens sometimes. When someone hurts you or causes you pain, then of course you're going to be focused on that. It's also often easier to focus on what someone else did than it is to confront our own pain or our own part in a situation. But healing can't begin until that happens. Part of healing, truly healing, is learning and forgiving yourself. If you can't confront your own pain or your own part in a situation, you can't do either one of those things. This is why we sometimes see people simply going from one narcissistic relationship to another one. When the focus is on the other person, the internal issues that are creating the vulnerability to this type of relationship is not being addressed. If it's not being addressed, then it can't be healed. Then the whole thing just starts all over again. There are many episodes of this show about how to break the bonds with abusive and toxic people, so I'm not going to revisit all of that here. There is actually a playlist on the channel page for this show with episodes that all focus exactly on these things, so if you haven't seen them, you might want to check that out. Those can help you understand why you keep becoming entangled in these types of relationships and how to stop that from happening. Or maybe you already have an idea of why, but you just can't seem to put it into action. Either way, it's important to remember that understanding the narcissist is only half the problem. Once you've made your peace with understanding why they did what they did, it's time to figure out why you did what you did. Otherwise, people find themselves in the same relationship over and over again without ever understanding why. People often ask, why do I keep attracting narcissists? But that to me is not the question. The question to me is not, why do I keep attracting narcissists? It's, why do I keep being attracted to narcissists in the first place? The way this question is posed demonstrates that the focus is often on the wrong person here. Because it wouldn't matter why they were attracted to you if you were not attracted to them anyway. Because you wouldn't enter into a relationship with them. Or you would end the relationship when they reveal themselves as what they are, which, as you know, they always do. There often seems to be a sense of helplessness surrounding this whole situation, as though things are just happening and people have no control over them. This is not the case. You're not helpless. You do have power. You do have strength. All you have to do is decide to use it, and it will be there. If you never remember anything I ever say, please remember that. You do have strength. You're not helpless. You do have power. All relationships are a two-way street. Yes, narcissists misrepresent themselves, and of course, abuse is always wrong. But don't forget, it isn't just that narcissists are attracted to you or in a relationship with you. You have power here also. You are in a relationship with them as well. You are obviously attracted to them too. Regardless of the type of relationship, whether the narcissist is your parent or your spouse or your sibling, when the relationship finally revealed itself as toxic and abusive, you did not walk away. There's a reason you have not ended the relationship. But what is it? When you can look at that honestly and figure out why you're willing to accept less than you deserve, you can stop that from happening. Then you don't have to worry about figuring out who's a narcissist and who isn't, because it won't matter. Anyone who reveals themselves as toxic will not be appealing to you anymore. You'll know you deserve better, and you will not be afraid to act on that. It takes work to get there, and it can be pretty uncomfortable, but I promise you, it is far less uncomfortable than dealing with an abusive person who does not care about you or your feelings at all. That is a hell on earth that nobody deserves, and it doesn't have to be your reality anymore. These things can be hard for many people to hear, and I know that, but it's so important to understand that it's the absolute truth. The narcissist has taken enough from you already. They've been the main focus for so long. Isn't it time to start focusing on the person who has been ignored this whole time? You. I hope this clears a few things up for you. As always, I'll look forward to your comments, questions, and suggestions, so please keep those coming. I appreciate every one of them. I know I can't always respond to all of them, and I'm sure I don't see as many of them as I would like to, but I do try to read through them. I do try to respond when I can, and thank you so much for that. You've been listening to the Meditations and More podcast, brought to you by Little Shaman Healing. That's me, Little Shaman. May the Great Spirit bless you, and have a wonderful holiday.